Bonjour and welcome to another back issue haul video for this week's back issues. I've done the weekly review on the new stuff. It's nice to have a look at the old stuff that you just pick up along the way and why. And sometimes you do have to question yourself. There's a couple here that you do wonder why, but I can't help myself, to be fair. I can't help it. And I know I've got a problem, but I love it. So these are all this week is from New Dawn Comics in Rayleigh, Essex. Hi there, Jamie, and faithful and awesome assistant Lizzie. You know I love you both, because my weekly fix of back issues, if I'm not going to Comics and Fantasy to see Paul, you know you're where I come. So thank you both for this little lot, courtesy of this week. And yep, I'm sorry again. I know I've got some DC guys, but it is heavy Marvel. So if you're looking for a lot of DC, there is a really nice little DC gem there actually, but we'll get to that. I'll tell you what. Let's do the DC gem first. I was going to do it at the end, but now I think I'm not, like I've said before, I'm not big on a big DC collector. Not that they do crap comics or anything like that. It's just I don't know why we all chose sides back in the 70s. Yeah, probably the 70s. You was either Marvel or DC. Very rarely that you had a fan of both. So I don't know. This is a Joe Kubert special, and I love his artwork. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure these are just reprints all packaged together. But I just thought that was a really nice idea for back in the day. And it wasn't, and it's not expensive. They're not. They're just these DC specials aren't expensive. That's just horror. I do like the Marvel horror stuff, so I thought, why not start? Like I say, there's nothing wrong with DC horror stuff from the 70s. I did like Swamp Thing, obviously Bernie Wrightson's artwork, but I just thought I'd get this. It's just real old reprint horror tales, and again, just not. They're just not a lot of money. Witching Hour obviously had a lot of good artists working on them back in the 70s. So that, unfortunately, unfortunately, if you're a DC fan, that's all I've got. But you know, I do. You know, I'm trying. Now these some of these I didn't pick up this week. I will put my hand up, but these are ones that have been buried, and I am working my way through stuff to kind of catalogue them and etc. So these I did pick up a while ago, but it does make me wonder who had the idea. Now I know it's supervillain team up. Who had the idea of teaming up the Submariner with Doctor Doom? The more you think about it, I suppose I know they're FF villains, but why? Why? So I think they're the only two giant-sized supervillain team-ups they did. I think they did do a regular series of, they did supervillain team up. So they're just a couple of giant sizes. Now last week I said about how I loved the Defenders because they were misfits. Now I picked up this run of the Champions because again, I just think they are where it made sense with the Avengers. And it made, obviously, FF are kind of a family, although went on their original mission together. I know they've all got to have different powers, don't get me wrong. But the FF and Avengers, much as I love both of those teams, I do like these weird, Hercules, Black Widow, Ghost Rider, Iceman. I don't know if Ghost Rider didn't leave. Here we go. Look, we've got Hercules, Angel. You got Angel there, Hercules, Ghost Rider, Hercules, Black Widow. I love this stuff. And I think I love it because they're the oddballs. And they weren't the greatest art team. And again, you can pick up the set or individual issues. They are not £1 million to pick up. It's not like you're trying to buy... there are certain Bronze Age sets, say you're trying to get the Bronze Age Tomb of Dracula, which, I am. I'm nearly there. And Ghost Rider. And there was some hot Bronze Age stuff. But these just kind of slip through the net. And great condition. fun stuff. There's no artists really. I mean, I haven't particularly dug through them in any detail yet, but just great stuff. I just love this stuff, and I think you've got some early Cockram artwork coming through. I think in these issues, some of these issues. So I just love it, and it's a whole set. Managed to get the whole set. I don't know if they did any annuals. Just great covers. Look at that. I just think they're great covers. Day of the Death Drones. Yes. Now I know I'm going to thoroughly enjoy that Day of the Death Drones. How they make that story work. Here we go. Magneto in this one. Probably by now they're trying to tie in the X-Men somehow to save sales, to save it from going down. Look, what Centuries enough. I believe this is the last issue. I'm pretty sure that's the last issue. The Champions' last stand against the Sentinels. Look at that. Don't get comics like that anymore, guys, do you? So yeah, thoroughly enjoy that mid-70s little, and they're good, just good fun. Like all Bronze Age, most of Bronze Age Marvel. Now, leading on from the Champions, obviously, I did mention, I think I mentioned Hercules in one of my past videos, and I don't know why I've got a soft spot for this cat. I remember picking this up back in the day when it first came out, and really falling in love with Bob Layton's artwork. It was written and drawn by Bob Layton, and he'd done a run on Iron Man. I don't know if it was after this or before, but anyway, I'm a big fan of his artwork. You don't see enough of it. And I know he's still around. I think he's still on Insta and he posts different stuff. But why he can't get a gig at Marvel? Oh, Hercules and Galactus, they did nice little 4-issue mini. I think that was 83. Oh no, that was 82. And then a couple of years later, he followed it up with another little 4-issue mini. And I did pick these up. I think there's the scrolls. Look, they're bunging it all in there. Love it. And there's no waste, they don't waste time. And I think what I liked about Hercules, again, versus Thor, not physically, but as in the god characters, is that there was a whimsical tone with Hercules. I think especially Bob Layton, he didn't shy away from making it fun, rather than being very, very deadpan. I think maybe this second series was a little bit more serious than the first. But like I say, 2 4-issue little mini-series, just, why not? Like I say, they're just a few quid. And obviously leading on because he was the leader of the Champions. Why? Hercules, like I say, love it. Now, look at these beauties. These I did pick up this week. Look at that. They're not in the greatest of condition, but I've now got number 14, the Avengers from 1964. Yeah, so I'm pleased. I'm pleased to have that. I'm pleased to have that in my collection. I know, and another one here, issue 15. I know it's not the best condition, but I've got it. I've got it. It's another little, and that is the mad collector in me. I'm sorry, but it is. Another little odd bod. Now, whenever I see these Sergeant Furies, I do just pick them up. There's nothing outstanding about this particular issue, and it isn't the bestest of conditions. It's as yellow as you like, but it was a cheapie, and it fills a gap. So, yeah. And these little, and talking of cheapies, Alpha Flight Annual #1, nothing really to report. Another team that, it makes more sense. They weren't a team of odd bods, but I did like, not that these are the John Byrne stuff. You don't often see the annuals about. Like, I don't think anyone, if you're going to go to a comic convention, Comic Mart, I don't think you're going to take your Alpha Flight run. If you've got limited space, if you get what I mean, if you've been collecting for a long while, you normally find them in America, I suppose, in the dollar bins or in the 50p bins in England. But they are getting, I think they're just getting, not scarce, but I just don't think anyone's too bothered. But some of these had some nice Mike Mignola artwork, like pre-Hellboy. The inker on it wasn't exactly, I mean, you can tell by the covers, that's more early Mignola. but Tallulah, or whatever, Tallulac, or whatever his name was, inking Mignola's work. I didn't go much on. I think Mignola has to ink Mignola, really. But there you go. X-Men turn up. For some reason, it jumps up in price because Wolverine's in this issue. So, you know, but why not? It wasn't a bad storyline, to be fair. So just a few little cheapies filling in the gaps. I did, like I said before, I've had the whole run. I had the Hercules before, but I'm just reacquiring these because I love the John Byrne lot so much. I can't just stop at because it's only a small run, you know, comparatively speaking. And these aren't £1,000,000. They just get your juices flowing, like the collector juices flowing, when you see them. And you can fill the gaps in, and you've got the whole run, and you've just assembled it all together, and haven't just bottled out at the John Byrne bits after the John Byrne run, should I say? So that is it for this week, guys. Alpha Flight, the Champions and Hercules special, I might call this one. But if you follow, it's only a little bit of fun. Well, not actually, all my videos are a little bit of fun. But as always, thank you to my sexy gang of subscribers. If you are one of them, you know I love you. I also love you if you're just watching and enjoying my videos, but if you want to, give me a little thumbs up. And also, please comment. If you can, let me know what you picked up this week. Let's just chat about it. I'm over on Threads as well. That's always, if you're not there and you love comics, that's a really great, I want to say community. I know it's kind of like an overused. It can kind of be a little, makes you roll your eyes. Great community of people, a comic community of people over on Threads. I do thoroughly recommend it. I'll see you over there for more chats. And until next time, I'll bid you all adios.